Yeah, go for it.
Are you ready?
Hi, friends.
Okay.
Is that how he starts?
Can you do an Australian accent?
I have a friendly hypothetical.
That's it.
No, you gotta make it like mate.
Friendly hypothetical mate.
That wasn't how
Yeah. Okay.
That was okay.
That's the new intro.
Yeah, we're going.
Okay. Oh, all right.
Friends, welcome in. I've got a question for you. Well, actually, I've got 3 questions for you because today we're doing our first ever lightning round episode.
Oh no!
Oh, wait, it wasn't loud enough. Do it again.
Oh, spooky.
Oh, no.
Perfectly smooth start all the way around.
Wow.
So I'm going to have 3 iterations of the same question, all in the same format. So if you could only have one of each of these things for the rest of your life, what would you choose? The categories are seasons, lunch item, and musical artist. I'll give you a chance to think about that while I welcome everyone in. Welcome to A Friendly Hypothetical, a podcast where we dive into a hypothetical or 3 question each week. You can listen to the show, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, find it on YouTube. You are just...
I guess we just... Sure, it's like, oh no.
I don't want to do this.
You don't want to be on the show. You can leave if you want.
3? I was ready for 1. I was
You weren't ready
expecting
for
1.
any.
That's true. I wasn't ready for anything.
So you have to,
but-
like,
But there are
shaking his
3
head.
like easier ones.
are
They're not
we
too
getting
crazy.
multiple rounds of 3, or is it just these 3?
No, it's these 3. So we're going to go through one at a time.
Okay, great. Okay.
All right, that's
That's manageable.
yeah.
I can do that, I think.
You derail this
Every
intro
time.
when you're
Sorry.
laughing every time. It's great. You can watch the show at youtube.com/@afriendlyhypothetical and then Friendly Hypothetical on TikTok, Instagram, all the things. Email the show, afriendlyhypothetical@gmail.com. If we get things wrong, if you want to suggest episodes, sponsor a show, whatever you want to do. With me for the first time, Taryn Cruz. Hello.
Hello. Thank
Are
you for
ready?
having me. Yeah.
I'm throwing you right into the deep end by
Okay.
doing the 3 questions in one.
The lunch item I feel like targeted because I love lunch.
You are unique in your love of lunch. It's specific to you. I also love lunch. Lunch is my favorite
I feel
meal.
like right?
Yeah.
I like got asked this recently and I think I answered lunch after like a lot of debate and like I got a lot of hate for it.
People don't like lunch.
They were just like out of all like over dinner.
I don't even eat breakfast.
A lot of-
usually. I don't.
Over brunch?
There's just like a lot of
Brunch
times
is-
for dinner
brunch
I
is
will
lunch just rebranded.
Well,
How often do you actually? How often do you eat brunch before 11 a.m.?
sometimes.
consistently.
Oh,
10 a.m.
yeah,
10:30.
I like savory.
I guess I just don't understand what the point of calling something brunch is.
well, breakfast and lunch
Yeah, but
makes brunch.
I know, but I feel like if you're eating at like 10 a.m., you're just having breakfast, and if you're eating at like 11:30, you're having lunch.
But it's such
Why
a...
is there like a hybrid version
like,
for something that's a
usually-
very simple distinction? It's just what time are you eating?
This is
In defense of brunch or in opposition?
hot take.
Oh.
I think. Well, I also think it was totally different on the East Coast. Like I think here, like brunch is so overrated. On the East Coast, brunch was like a thing. Like brunch places are so fun and like affordable, and you get so much. There's like so many bottomless places, and then here it's just like always when you go to a brunch, like the food's just mediocre.
I think brunch like is a thing here. I don't have. I'm not like a regular bruncher. I feel like I'll eat at a time that's kind of like on the weekends. I'll eat kind of maybe like 10:30, 11 or something. But
Okay.
it's like I don't go out like let's go to brunch is not a regular social event for me. So I don't have strong opinions. But I would have had the opposite perception. I think out in LA, brunch is like a cultural thing that people feel really strongly about. But I
Yeah.
do agree that like there's
I
a lot
think
of places, but that's my thing about brunch just being rebranded breakfast, because it's like they just serve the same food as like a breakfast diner and then charge like $30 for it.
Yeah.
And sometimes you'll get like bottomless mimosas or something like that, which is like the LA version of like
It is a
what makes
cultural
something
thing here,
brunch.
totally.
Yeah.
But I'm like, oh, you haven't seen nothing. Like it's way better.
Ooh, drop your Rex. Yes, I want to hear. What's your recommendations?
For like Maryland brunch
Yeah.
places.
Oh, like crab. Although like crab, Maryland crab.
Yeah, you can get crab for
Maryland. Oh, you must eat crab.
Oh yeah, Maryland's
I-
known for crab.
I think more of like DC being such a brunch spot.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I was gonna say brunch is usually like.
I haven't even introduced you yet.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
Wow, I'm sorry. I just
No,
totally.
you were introduced. You talked out of turn too. Just kidding.
Gonna get banished.
I know. I know that this. Emily has new audio.
I love
drops
it.
that
Yeah,
she's
the only
playing with.
that was the only one we had last time.
Let's just run through them real quick. Can you do the one of them? Just do. You know which order to go in. Just show them all off.
I do.
Yeah. So that
I like that.
something's good.
That's great.
Okay.
Ooh.
Oh no, something's bad.
Already heard like
And then if you're excited,
Is that you? That's you. I literally
that-
just watched that.
Is that really?
yeah,
Wow.
that's Aileen's air horn from the first episode, and we even made a joke in the moment about
God.
cutting it. Yeah, there it is.
I gotta borrow that soundbite for my like text tone.
Yeah.
Or something like
That's
my
actually so good.
yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. So now we'll have more input from the peanut gallery.
Let's just
over
start
there.
making noises and see
Just see if you can get it.
see if we can get
put
one.
it.
Okay.
It'd be such a high octane. We're really see. This is why I had to yell at you about talking out of turn, because this group is going to be unruly and way off the rails.
Yeah.
With me as well, Jared Femblow, hello,
Hello.
and Aileen O'Brien, our returning champion. Third time.
Is this third time?
The first
is-
third timer, yeah.
Third time's a charm. Yes.
I like
That's-
adjusted
yeah.
the volume of the different sounds and put that to max, and it's still too quiet. But
Love it.
yeah.
Well, we have
Amazing.
the woman here with us today. If we wanted a live,
Yeah, can we get a
rendition of her.
live version?
Okay.
That
Does
was
that work?
That was like exact.
Yeah,
I think.
you really did.
Oh, thanks. Thank you. Yeah.
Can you do it the Australian version?
I don't think I don't know what that would be. I don't know.
You just say mate afterward.
Oh yeah. Pew, 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 mate. And then yeah, that's it. That's the one.
All right, we're off to a rip roaring start.
We are.
Get in the comments and tell us what you think about. If you seemed like you had a lot more to say about brunch.
No,
No, you seemed really offended when I said that it was just
I
breakfast
like
with
brunch.
PR.
Yeah,
What's the difference between brunch and breakfast?
no, I think you made a good point.
Okay.
You persuaded me. That,
Oh, that was you like retreating into your.
yeah. Like, no, I get it. It's breakfast at a higher price, and I think it's more centered around maybe an event.
Here's the thing. I just think people have there's like a mental hurdle around socializing for breakfast. It sounds like you're gonna have to get up to no one like if you're like, let's go to breakfast together. That sounds like we're getting up early.
No one wants to do that.
Whereas if you let's go to brunch, it's just 30 minutes later, but it's the same
also
activity.
so much more alcoholic,
Sure.
which is
You can just drink at breakfast.
I guess it feels maybe a little bit more socially
That's why
acceptable.
it's just we're using a different word for breakfast where we drink.
Yeah, you persuaded me. I still like brunch. I
Sure.
like the
I'm not
concept
saying
of
people
brunch.
shouldn't have brunch. I just think people are. Why don't we just call it what it is, which is drunk breakfast?
Sure, but why be so
Brunk.
rigid?
We could call it brunk.
Brunk.
And I think we should.
There's a diner near us that we've been to like once or twice, and it's the kind of place where every time we drive by, there's an elderly person being let out of the car at the door so that they don't have to walk from the that's the vibe when you go in. And we like went in one time and went to our table, and there was like 3 different older women with their Chardonnay with ice in at like 9:30 in the
I respect
morning.
it.
And I'm like,
Wow.
yeah.
When you
this
only
is-
have so much time left,
Yeah.
you gotta live.
fuck it.
Yeah. What? It's not you.
YOLO. You know what they say?
Yeah.
YOLO.
All right. So,
So,
all right. Since I feel like since we're on it, I'm going to pivot. I was going to do seasons first, but just because I thought it was the easiest. But let's do lunch item first. Do you want to do season first? Is that more?
Season, there's only a few.
Yeah, there's a few
options.
choices. We'll start with that. We'll come back to lunch. What season, if you can only have one for the rest of your life? We're mostly talking about weather here because there's a few caveats. Like, it's not changing the entire calendar. So it's like if you pick winter, it's not a year-round Christmas season because that would be absurd.
Right.
If you pick summer, it's not like kids are out of school year-round or whatever. So things still happen at normal
Be
cadence.
a nightmare.
Yeah. I think society would collapse probably.
It'd be terrifying.
But yeah, so we're mostly talking about weather. I guess if there's other things about specific seasons that you want to bring up, but it's just like the calendar is the same. You still have the same number of months and everything, but you're just how it feels for a specific season. That's what you're getting year round,
Los Angeles?
wherever you live.
Okay.
So like if you're like, oh, now I'm going to move to New York because I can get year-round summer in New York where it's really nice, then that, maybe that's part of your calculus. If you're like me and you live in a part of Los Angeles that gets to 110 degrees in the summer, then that's, that makes that a tougher choice. So yeah. Geography, it's
So
about
geography doesn't matter. It's just all about the season.
It'll just be that season no matter where. So if you want to, but what I'm saying is you could use this as an opportunity to be like, I'm going to change some other part of my life around to match the season rather than just adapting to what where you live right now or what you do. So anybody have any
I think
initial nominations?
I would say fall. I love fall.
Yeah.
I've always liked it because I don't know, I love the leaves changing and it's like not too cold, but it's still like middle of the day warm enough. So I think fall is a happy medium. Yeah.
Sure. I would probably say fall as well. I think fall, there's something about like cool, brisk air of fall that is like, even though it's like can be the same temperature as spring, there's something about fall. And there's a weird thing, and this wouldn't be like a year-round thing, like I said, but there's like it gets annoying, obviously, but when the clocks change and you fall back, that first week, like if you work a normal like 9 to 5 job, especially in California, it gets dark so early. You like walk out of work and it's dark out, and it's like, there's like the air is cooler than it like has been, and there's just something about like being like, oh yeah, now it's like really fall. So there's just the general vibe of like the cool, like crisp air, obviously like less so in LA, but leaves changing like color, stuff like that. So I'd pick fall too.
Why don't you go?
Okay. I think I'm gonna just be basic. I think I'm going summer.
I knew you were gonna pick summer.
You're a summer girly.
Yeah.
I am. I love the sun. I love the water. And I love the long days. Like it.
The long days are a good benefit, even though I just made a case for
you were
short
like
days, but it's just about the feeling. It's not like I actually enjoy it being dark when I get out of work every day, but it's just like that's like a representative of like the feeling of like the crisp, cool fall air. But yeah, I think in general the longer days are more of a benefit.
Yeah. But fall's a very close. Well, I don't know about very close. Fall's my second.
Yeah.
I just also feel like in the fall, everyone is just like everyone loves fall. I feel like everyone's in a great mood.
Happy.
I feel like it's a lot of people's, maybe that I know, like birthdays and like holidays are coming up.
Yeah.
It's just a good time.
Yeah. When are you guys considering the end of summer and beginning of fall? Are we doing? Because
That's what I was actually going to ask. I was like, when is the beginning of summer?
I know there's literally like specific days every year. It's like March
the equinox
29th
or
is
whatever.
the first day of spring or whatever. But I just think of, I do it by months. I think summer is June, July, August. Fall is September, October, November. And then winter is December, January, February. Spring is March, April, May.
Yeah, but like I feel like in LA, that's like
time
not.
of the year in LA.
LA summer doesn't start until like.
fall. September, October, November. Those are like the hottest
No,
months.
August is the hottest month. I think it stays pretty hot in September, but by October it starts to cool off.
I feel like growing up on the East Coast, like I agree, like
it
because
is a little bit different. Yeah.
Yeah, because I started school like September and then through June, and then like beginning of June until September. That was like summer, so that's kind of like how I structure my thoughts around seasons.
But I don't think. But if you're giving it 3-month segments, like June has to be part of summer, right? Because if
Right.
you're gonna claim September
Right.
for summer, then you got to give up June. I think of June being more summer than September.
Agreed.
Also, just like being a kid, like school calendar, like we used to go back to school in August, and like late August, and then go through the very beginning of June. But like September to me is like school started, like that's part of fall, and by the end of September, I feel like it is starting to cool off in most places a little bit.
Well, if we're talking LA, I would say fall. Technically.
If you have to be in LA, but
because I don't consider it summer yet here. I feel like our summer doesn't start till like late July.
late July. It's gonna be July 2nd, and it's gonna be like 98 degrees.
Summer on the west side doesn't start till July.
Well, summer on the west side doesn't exist in the same way.
It does, but like it's late.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, the peak. I think in California it peaks later than in other places, and so it's definitely like August, probably late August is like the peak hot. Whereas I felt like growing up, like July, like late July was probably like peak, maybe early August was kind of the peak. But so if you're staying here, you're gonna choose fall instead of.
Can you define fall? What are the months?
It's just the vibe.
Define
Don't
fall.
worry about exact month. Like it's because again, the calendar is gonna stay the same. So it's just about whatever you think of as fall. That's what it'll be. It'll vary in temperature between the fall temperatures. I was just giving a general reference point of what I think of as the seasons, but that's not a scientific. I'm probably because it does start like I'm just giving it to months. It probably does start like halfway through June and then goes into September or whatever. So I wouldn't get hung up on the months.
All right, I'm going summer then.
Yeah. Well, because like you're a big beach goer, correct? Yeah. So, and especially in LA, like it needs to be hot to enjoy the beach because the like Pacific Ocean is not warm or friendly
I
to
do
swim
it.
in.
Real cold.
Frigid.
It's very cold.
Cold lunch.
Yeah.
Cold lunch.
But if it's summer year round, that water is going to warm up
Yes.
and it'll be way better. Yeah.
Lunch.
Jared,
Okay, I want to explain my thought process to you.
please do.
So the first initial thought I had was winter because I love like the danger of it almost.
What?
Right? Like there's like snow, there's like snow and ice and like black ice in New Jersey, right? Like
You loved that.
Yeah, a little bit was like it was fun, right?
danger?
Like because also
Like,
I would
snow day.
snow day.
Yeah.
Yeah, but now they don't exist because kids have to like remote call in to school, so snow days don't fully exist anymore.
Is that true?
Yes.
That's so sad.
Maybe
Who
not.
decided that?
Maybe I'm lying and just making
Maybe some
things up.
places. Or maybe like I remember
That-
we would have because growing up around Charlotte, like it would snow once or twice a year, but when it did, it would shut the entire city down
Right,
because
right.
like nobody was prepared for it. And so we would have snow makeup days built into the calendar.
Yes.
And then if it didn't snow enough, we would just get those days off. But then if it had, you would stay home. So maybe they got rid of but that's like a psychotic thing for a human
Yes.
being to be like, we shouldn't have snow days anymore. That's like
Yeah.
so many kids, like the most joyous experience
Best
in the
I was
world.
just
my
gonna
life.
say
Yeah.
that would literally rip me of my
Yes.
all-time, hands
Yes.
down favorite high school memory.
Yes.
Like, because for senior year, seniors didn't have to make up snow days because they had a
That's so
hard
nice.
and fast like graduation date, and we had a blizzard my senior year. I think it was like 14 days off of school, and so my friends'
That's so
parents
nice.
let them they drove my friends to my house knowing that we were about to get snowed in, and they all got snowed in at my house for like
For 2 weeks.
almost 2 weeks. Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah. We had like a snow lodge going out of my parents' house.
That is so wild.
And all the roads were shut down, so we were like
Yes.
walking and rolling in the snow
See,
everywhere.
that's
And, like,
fun. When you're a kid, like winter is like adventure. It's it's
Yeah.
you get to
Yeah.
sleep in, and also I would rather be cold than hot. So winter is like if I could be cold and layer up, I would rather do that than be like sweating and have to like take layers off or like not be able to take enough layers off. Like it is a
Right.
lot about like the body temperature going on.
But that would be, but that's where I would make the case for fall, because fall you start to get the cool enough temperatures that it's like
Right.
cool weather, because cool weather, I mean, I guess it's your preference, but like cool weather clothing I think is better. Like wearing a jacket and like stuff
agreed.
like that is just way, like at least for me in the summer, I'm like, oh cool, shorts and a t-shirt every day
Yeah.
or whatever. Like
Yeah,
it's not
yeah,
as interesting.
yeah.
But when you get into winter, then it becomes, you could still have like fashion choices, but it becomes a lot more about function. and like you kind of have to like
If you're
dress a
weak.
certain way.
If you're weak.
You don't have to. There's no one saying that you have to.
Okay, so
no, well, okay. Now you're gonna make a point.
you
that's
grew up
gonna-
in New Jersey.
Yeah.
You'd go out wearing
I used
a
to
light
wear-
jacket when it's -4 degrees out.
Well, it wouldn't get that cold, but I used to wear like basketball shorts and like a t-shirt when it was in the 20s.
See, that's
Psychotic.
What?
That's psychotic, yeah.
Agreed.
What do you
but I
guys
mean-
feel like when you go home, like temperature
Wait,
wise?
sorry. Wait, hold on. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Can I finish?
Yes.
I don't mean
Oh,
to.
yeah.
So that was because that was my first thought. That's not my answer. That's not my
No,
answer.
but I'm glad you threw it out there.
Oh, right.
Because I don't
Yes.
think I didn't expect anyone to pick winter as a final answer, but I do think it is worth considering.
Of course.
It's like winter is like one of those things where you want the specific moments, like
Yeah.
when it snows, or like like obviously like holiday season is great. Like there's aspects to it, but if it was
But
year
overall,
round.
death.
Now it's just a nightmare.
Death.
Like the
Yeah.
fun things don't feel fun and special anymore. It's like, oh,
Right.
it snowed for the 38th time
Right.
this year.
It's
Like,
enough.
that sucks.
Like danger at all times
Yeah.
is it's not good. It's like it's not gonna be
It's not
healthy.
the sexy thrill. Of
No,
getting
it's not
black
the
ice on my
sex-
front stairs.
Right. You know,
it
like,
was
oh,
beginning.
I can almost, what if I slip and fall? You know, like that's the fun of winter.
Yeah.
So that was my first thought. But my final answer is actually spring.
Spring.
Because I
Okay.
like the feeling of coming out of winter and like temperatures are getting a little bit warmer, but everything is still cool. So you're able to wear like a sweatshirt and pants or like something lighter, but it's still cool out. And then like the animals are singing because the baby birds are born.
Are they,
you
or
know
are
what
you
I
just
mean? Like-
watching Disney movies?
well, no, it's
The animals are singing? Which animals?
like birds.
Okay.
Mainly.
Yeah. They
Ranger in the window when you
my-
leave.
yeah,
They're the
yeah,
known.
yeah.
The birds are the known singers of the animal kingdom.
Yeah, I'm sure there's others.
There's not a lot
maybe.
of raccoons in a barbershop
No, but
quartet.
like they're
Although that'd be really
that would
cute.
be great if we could
Yeah.
get that going.
Yeah, there's a lot of money to be made with a raccoon
Yes.
quartet.
But also just like I don't, in the spring it feels like it's like when you come out of winter of like it's been so cold for so long, and then finally the weather is a little bit nicer and like the days are a little bit longer.
Do you
and
love the rain?
I love the rain.
Okay, I was like,
Do you
Can I-
think fall and spring are like siblings
They're
in
like
a way?
And so
cousins.
here's
They're
what I was going to
cousins.
say,
Yeah.
intensely gripping the couch. Because if I choose spring and when you guys choose fall in the southern hemisphere, it's the opposite. So if I want it to be spring all the time, let's say I want to go to Australia, it's the fall there.
No,
so,
but this is we're getting back. This is magic. So no matter where
see,
you
and
go,
now there's limitations.
if
all
you
of a
no,
sudden.
well, I'm going to throw another wrench in it in a second. But no matter where you go, it's spring. It's that place's spring.
I would still take
So you
spring.
have to experience spring in all of
Okay.
its forms
Great.
wherever you go.
Trees are blooming.
Yeah,
Look,
I'm not saying it's a bad
gorgeous.
choice. My only question to throw back at you is
Yeah.
part of your reasoning is, oh, it's nice. Spring is nice because you're coming out of winter.
Totally, that's not the only reason though.
No, but that doesn't exist anymore because there
I-
is no winter.
Understood.
So it's just spring all the time. So I feel like the
Yeah, but like a
effect,
low 60.
which I think also is a ding against fall, because fall, color changing, leaves changing,
Yeah.
like that stuff is always still going to
Death.
happen once a year. Death.
Yeah, that's trees dying. Where spring is things being born, right?
I don't think that.
beauty
I don't think
in-
leaves falling off or trees dying. It's like trees losing their hair.
I thought
They're like shedding. They're not. They live. They come back the next year. They're still alive.
Well, sure, but the leaves themselves are not resurrecting and being.
Yeah,
put
they're
back
just
on the
falling
trees.
off.
Well, why are they falling off?
If
though?
your hair falls out, are you dying?
Maybe. I mean, in some instances, sure. Producer Emily, can we get like a fact check on this? Can we research if?
bring in your emails.
Yeah, would you tell me are leaves dying? Because listen, if they're not dying, I'll gladly accept defeat. But
I
that is
guess-
like what I thought my entire.
But
life.
I guess my question is almost theoretical, which is, can a leaf die?
Yeah.
Can a part of you die?
What are you, a tree?
No, but what's the
really-
difference between a leaf and a hair?
Well,
on
hair's
your head?
dead already, right?
Is it? Well, I don't think it's dead if it's never alive.
Well, trees are
Trees are alive.
Yeah.
Are leaves alive?
Yeah, I would think so because they're an
Or are they
extension
just
of a tree.
is hair alive at any point?
No, okay. Sorry.
Apparently, The
Apparently.
leaf drop is a living process. So they are not dying. It's because of energy conservation, because they spend less energy in the winter by shedding their leaves. It conserves moisture. They do it for wind resistance, self-protection, and a fresh start in case the leaves have been eaten by bugs. So
And isn't that beautiful?
it's
Sure.
beautiful.
And then what?
But they're
and
not
then-
dying, is what it sounds like.
Yeah, we get it.
No, I
We
just
get
wanted to
it.
clarify
We
because there was
get
a
it.
lot of words there, and I got lost in the middle a little
Yeah,
bit.
the leaves are not dying.
They're not dying,
Okay.
They're not dying, but
technically, but they're kind of.
they're kind of dying. It looks dead when you're
looks
in
more
like
dead.
fall and winter on the East Coast at least, and everything's brown.
Stick season.
Stick season, yeah, it's rough.
When is it? When is a tree fully dead?
When like it's rotting at the roots. Is that what you mean?
Well, yeah, well,
getting
because
like, we're getting technical.
because a person, a person is dead when their heart stops, and you're not getting oxygen to the rest of your body. Is there like a physiological process? If you're an expert on trees, email in and
Yeah.
explain
Arborist.
how
Bring it in.
how trees work. But
We need some answers.
because you think of a tree like if it falls over and dies, but then like you see a
nobody hears
stump.
it.
Is a stump alive? Like if I cut down a tree and now it's just a stump, is the
Yes.
stump still alive
Should we read The Giving Tree?
right now?
Do you think that could probably
like live
solve-
on
yeah.
the podcast? Turn it into an audio
I
book?
think it depends how much rotting has happened, but I think like you can cut off part of a dead tree and like it can still grow back.
Well,
Yeah.
our Christmas trees,
What?
they're alive and then they die.
Oh
right?
yeah, they
Yeah,
get
yeah.
like
and they
toasty
shed all
brown.
of their, you know.
There's a
Yeah.
chicken that got decapitated and it lived for like 18 months after it.
Where?
You made dramatic
is
eye
that
contact. with
real?
it. Yeah, I don't think it was like totally. It may not have been like totally severed. It may have been like anyway.
Poor chicken.
But like, yeah, the tree. If you, I just don't know what like because like, is there someone who, is there someone who can like I'm not saying this is what you do, but the equivalent of putting a stethoscope up to a tree and being like, it's dead. Like, I don't know what the what
No
the
heartbeat.
change is between a living tree and a dead tree. Because you think of one that's like fallen over, but sometimes trees fall and they still stay rooted in their. But, so
and
I
then
just
they continue to grow.
If a tree falls in the woods, is it heard?
is it dead?
You know that saying like what is it?
And no one's around to hear it. Like,
yeah, you
did it
missed the
fall?
part about
Yeah.
Yeah.
like, is a person around to hear it or
Yeah,
not?
yeah. Is it dead?
If a tree
I don't
falls in the
think
forest and no one's
If a
around to
tree
hear
dies
it,
and no one's
is it
around to
dead?
know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just
Okay.
kidding.
The internet says always call a certified arborist for a second opinion
Oh yeah.
on
My
your
dad
tree.
could
About
answer
what?
this. People
If
will
your
like
tree is dead.
people will knock on our doors for like business to cut down the trees in our backyard, and they'll be like, "This tree's dead. Like if you don't take care of it, it'll fall on your house." So like I'm
Yes,
sure.
that happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that I guess that's part of it too, is because I think people think it's a visual, like it has to fall over, but I
Sure.
think trees can die and still
Yes.
look like they're living.
Yeah,
So
because
what's so what actually is happening? Again, we'll follow up on this
Disease and
later
death.
because we're not
So-
going to get this answer right
yeah,
now.
so my-
You invited the 3 wrong people.
Yeah, those
to
three
answer.
worst people.
You guys aren't arborists?
No, not yet.
What are we even
working
doing
on
here
it.
yet?
We're working on it.
Yeah.
So my one quick final point on the fall discussion is: do you think most people know that leaves are not dying? Because I feel like if you're just surrounded by it and you just like see leaves falling a lot, you'd be like, death everywhere, right? It's like scary. That's kind of what fall is. It's like
I've heard people say that leaves falling are them dying, but that has never translated for me to then look around at the trees and go, "Oh my god, I'm consumed by death everywhere."
Well, I feel like maybe if it was year round, you might feel that way. And you
but the
won't
leaves
know.
are still going to fall off only once
This
a year.
is like the second episode that you've brought things back to death.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
2 for 2.
everybody. I'm sorry.
yeah,
This
and
is
you
my
were really
public apology.
and you were really like pretty flirtatious with like deadly black ice and snow.
It's
earlier.
the thrill of it.
Thrill of the
Thrill.
thrill of the dead tree.
thrill of
Thrill of
death.
the kill.
Yeah.
One of those things.
And meanwhile, your actual answer is spring, which
Because
is
of
all about
rebirth and
life.
growth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But will spring feel as good without
I think
death
so.
coming before.
I think so. I think so.
Well, you
I
get the
do.
thrill of life without the thrill of death.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, who's to say?
I don't know.
That
guess
was
us
lightning
on this.
round
Yeah.
also.
We'll have to.
Yeah, at one of three.
This is.
Man, I feel like I want to like change my answer every.
Well, no, don't be persuaded.
I like
Well, it's not-
summer.
I've always kind of been like, I don't know how to answer this question.
Go
So
with
this
your
was
It
a
gut.
totally
fun,
depends
yeah.
where you are. Also, like I hate summer in LA in the sense that everything's brown and like died off. Like spring here is
Yeah.
so beautiful, but
Well, you're really the ace in the hole for the lunch question, so that's more important.
let's go.
We'll look to you for guidance.
Lunch.
Lunch.
All right. Any more last thoughts on? So, what's everyone's final answer? Fall.
I think fall.
Okay, I'm going fall.
Spring.
And you sticking with summer? Or are you going to change? Follow. I think you should follow your heart.
Follow your heart.
Fall.
Summer.
Spring into
Summer.
action.
Summer.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's so delicate.
It is.
Because the
Yeah.
actual like air horn sound effect is so aggressive, and I love that this is like a soft version. of it.
Yeah.
All right. So next version of this, you can only have one lunch item, meal for the rest of your life.
Meal. Okay.
Here's my parameters on it. It's not free,
Okay.
so you can pick
Cost.
something that you make, but if you choose that path, you got to make it every day.
Oh.
If you choose, you can choose a specific, I want orange chicken from Panda Express every day. If you
that's
choose like a
so
specific
tiring.
restaurant or something, you get one
Dish.
meat specific thing from that place, and you have to pay for it every day.
Okay.
You're locked into that. You can't just decide. You can decide. I'm going to say you can decide not to eat lunch if you want. Is an acceptable, like if you're just like, I'm tired of this thing, you don't have to eat it, but you can't replace it with anything else. So from the hours between, we'll say 11 a.m. to 3 p.m., this is the only thing you can eat.
Wow.
Yeah. Or whatever your equivalent time period of your
Lunch.
regular daily schedule is.
Okay.
So, Taryn,
I'm going sandwich.
what kind of sandwich?
Sammy.
Sammy.
A Sammy. Okay, so here's the thing. I've got two thoughts on the Sammy.
Yeah.
This is gonna be a shared one. No surprise here, tuna Sammy.
Oh,
But
gorgeous.
I will say, like, I don't think I
Yeah.
can eat that every day because of mercury
I was just gonna say
poisoning.
mercury poisoning.
Yeah.
Oh.
Health
Is there a lot
risk.
of mercury in tuna?
Didn't
Yes.
your mom
In
or
seafood,
something?
Yes.
like fish. There's a lot of
Oh,
mercury.
I didn't
sorry,
know
I'm
about.
like-
I don't eat tuna.
Spreading her
so.
business on the internet.
This is how rumors start.
Well, because
What's
you were
happening?
looking at how often I was bringing in tuna, right? you were like, girl, be careful.
Because mercury is really high in tuna,
Yeah.
Oh,
specifically. Well, I guess maybe not farm raised.
What's farm raised tuna?
Okay, so
Tuna
we
raised
needed
on a
I
farm.
needed to bring in a scientist
Yeah,
for this
clearly.
episode. I was not expecting this.
like wild caught or farm raised.
But okay,
So-
it's
so
considered
wild
a farm,
caught-
even though
wild
it's
caught-
not a. We're not at a farm. Like I'm picturing.
there could be a farm.
fields of
There could be a farm like in the sea
Okay.
where they like
all
a
right.
fishery where they like close in.
Got it.
fish
All right. I was
and
thinking
then raise
traditional
them.
farm, red barn.
No, they're not
you know?
planting.
Never been to the
they're
fish
not
farm?
planting salmon in the ground. They're spreading tuna seeds and
Yeah,
then growing a
On
tuna
that
plant.
farm, there were some fish.
Yeah, that's good. I like
You've
that.
never been to a fish farm.
Yeah, what?
That was classic. That was good.
A fish farm.
Clip that.
Yeah, we're gonna
Please
that's
don't.
gonna be
Been
a
to
drop.
fish farm.
If I was really on top of my shit, I would grab one quote from every episode and then
Oh, you really
pull
should.
it into the
That's a
next
good
episode.
The
one.
one.
Let's remix it into a song.
Yeah.
Fish farm.
Well, you were singing. You just turned it into a song. Old MacDonald had a fish farm.
Yeah.
Totally.
Splish, splash, splish, splash, splish.
Love this.
Can you remix that into a little song?
Could you tell that these three people make kids YouTube videos for a living?
So we have not grown up. Yeah.
Okay, so sandwich.
Okay, so I actually
probably
don't.
no tuna.
I don't think I'm going tuna. I
Because of the
love
poison.
Not just that. I love tuna, but I do think that I can get sick of it more often than I
Okay.
could get sick of a turkey sandwich.
Turkey sandwich.
And I'm going to
That's-
go very specific on like what's on this.
All right, go ahead. I'm ready.
Sourdough,
every day?
turkey,
It is an aggressive bread.
Yes.
Wait,
I-
toasted,
day.
toasty.
Well, you,
Toasty
You could choose
sourdough?
that. You could.
I
you
like
can mix-
sourdough either way.
I think as
love
long as
toast.
the ingredients are there, you can mix up whether or not it's toasted.
Nice.
Sourdough, turkey, lettuce, tomato, avocado. Like very simple. Like it doesn't, because it has the tomato and the avocado, like to me it doesn't necessarily need a spread. Which is crazy for me because like I love a condiment.
Yeah.
You really missed out on having me on that
I
five-finger
should.
condiment
I
love a
episode.
sauce.
Like I was
Yeah.
ready for that.
If you have it in your back pocket, give me your 5 condiments right now.
Ketchup,
Okay.
honey mustard,
Okay.
barbecue sauce.
Yep.
There's definitely hot sauce, but I'm like trying to think of which one.
Okay. We'll give you just generic hot
Hot
sauce for
sauce.
now.
Honestly, move that up on the list though. If we were like order of importance, hot
Yeah.
sauce I use like every day,
Yeah.
multiple times a day. And then the last one, soy sauce, probably.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Nice.
You had that ready to go.
Yeah.
I'm glad I didn't have you on. That would have been a short episode between you and Colin.
Yeah, with the ranch.
Ranch. I would
Yeah.
not have ranch.
Okay, I want to throw it out to our producer in the field, producer Emily. You told me your answer earlier, which was
Peanut butter and jelly.
okay. That's in contention for me, but
that's a classic.
hearing
That's like a
hearing what
staple.
Taryn just said, as she was saying it, I
I
was
saw
like,
the reaction.
I could see it in her eyes.
I
She
lit
was
She's
up.
hyping me up.
yeah, she was like,
I said
a turkey.
sourdough, girl.
Yeah,
you got
sourdough
it.
is the-
avocado. Oh my god, yeah. So I feel like your exact sandwich would be right up there for me.
Yes.
because that's a
Because
great
as
combo.
she was saying it, I was like, I think this might change her mind. think this,
I know.
as you laid it out.
And then you threw in that you could toast it or not,
Gives you
so
some
a little
options.
variety.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then like it just has everything in it.
Yeah.
Like, there's
It's got you got a vegetable.
Yeah.
You got a protein.
Yeah.
You got a healthy
You got
fat. You
carb.
got a carb.
yes.
It's everything you need.
Welcome to our
good
health
choice.
and wellness podcast.
Absolutely. Clearly, we know a lot about health and science on this show, as we've demonstrated so
Yeah.
far this episode.
So much.
All right, that's a great answer. Any
That is.
specific side, or are you just going just a sandwich?
Oh, sides are involved.
It's just whatever your lunch is.
Oh wow.
But if you pick something, then that's the only thing. You know, you don't get like to switch different days, different sides. You get one for a sandwich. I think you get one side.
I wouldn't eat it every day,
Mm-hmm.
but like my like favorite food in the world, it's like gotta be French fries.
Okay.
So like
Turkey sandwich and French fries.
But, like,
yeah,
honestly-
you can pass on them certain days. You
yeah,
can
but
just-
it's like
because a turkey
but
sandwich
a
is
sandwich
enough.
with like salt and vinegar chips.
Sure.
Ooh.
So good.
Like how many sides can we add?
No, just one. I think just for a sandwich,
Oh.
I think you only
Okay.
get one side. I think other dishes,
there a beverage
you could
involved?
have a different mix, but yeah, you can pick a beverage.
Okay, I'm going Topo Chico. Or like
Topo
honestly
Chico.
any seltzer water without flavor
Without flavor.
Yeah.
Monster.
is like my Just because flavors can be risky.
For every day.
They are like I mean, you guys see how many LaCroix I down in a day. It's absurd, but like not great. Like it's just like
What
it
is
tastes kind of
like bad for you, or you just like you don't
Oh,
like the, you just get
flavor
sick of
wise,
it?
the flavors are like just kind of taste like soap or like I don't know. There's very chemical.
Well, I think the very soft flavor of like most seltzer, you know, or flavored water is like so mild that it is almost kind of weird. I like took a while to come around on like LaCroix
Yeah.
and seltzer like that, because for a while
Topo.
I didn't like it.
We need our scientists, but there is something with the carbonation that Topos have. It's like
It's a different carbonation.
It's a different level of carbonation.
I mean, not to bring it back to science,
Please do.
Topo Chico was one of the, and not to like slander a company on your podcast.
No, go ahead.
I don't know if
Yeah, well, we have a
And
lot of sponsors lined
not
up.
if it's
so
gonna be
I'll-
about
I'll
Topo.
send if they're lined up, then I'll censor it for you.
Okay, great, thank you. It was on the list of one of the like seltzer waters that had the highest level of like dangerous aluminum and whatever. Like
Topo
in it.
Chico?
Yeah, it was like that was like one of the top 7.
What was number one?
Interesting.
I don't know, but
'Cause
it was like Topo Chico, LaCroix. I mean, like we still
It's like
drink
Topos
them.
are in a glass bottle. I would have. I don't know.
Here's the thing. I think I see.
There's danger with everything.
I feel like I see
Like
an
winter.
article every day that's like, "Hey, this thing you're consuming has this amount of horrible thing for you," and people are living longer than ever. So I think we're due. I mean,
Longer than ever today.
yeah.
modern science.
Like I mean,
medicine.
listen, we might be creating some problems, but I think we're solving others faster.
Yeah.
So I think I think drink Topo Chico. I think you'll be fine.
The way that
that's my
people-
professional medical advice.
And we'll take it.
Yeah,
we'll accept that.
Just don't worry about it. That's my
Okay, great. No, great.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
All right. So
You-
turkey sandwich.
Turkey sandwich.
Yeah, I'm like,
Are you going fries or are you going chips?
oh wait, so this is the only thing I'm ever eating again in my life?
No, just for lunch.
Oh, just for lunch?
This is just
then
for
I don't
lunch.
need to go for fries. Okay, no.
You can have fries for dinner.
Yeah, okay. Or breakfast.
Sure.
Or brunch.
Yeah.
Or Linner.
Yeah. My brunch of choice is a bottle of tequila and a bunch of French fries.
Honestly, yeah. I agree.
What do I normally have as a side for, like, I'm just trying to even think, like,
Fruit?
what I would normally put on there.
I don't know.
You typically
Chips.
Yeah, I'm gonna go
Chips is
salt and
great.
vinegar chips.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Either of you have something that comes to mind?
Well, I jumped in and I said sandwich as well.
Yeah.
But all of the sandwiches that I thought of, I found a reason to say no to.
Okay.
Eggplant parm. Heavy.
That's heavy.
Heavy for everyday
That's
consumption.
tough.
I also see that more
that's a
as a
carby.
dinner.
Okay, well, to each their own.
I know. I'm
But I think to your point, I think it's like on a certain day, having something like that for lunch, you're like, oh, fuck yeah, I'm having like a great dinner thing
Right.
for lunch.
Yeah,
But
but
there's a lot of
every
days where you
day.
don't want that.
Right. Second thought was a veggie sandwich from Subway. Gorgeous.
Veggie sandwich.
Listen.
What comes on your veggie sandwich of choice?
All.
tofu, right?
Every vegetable on
Hummus?
earth.
Not a vegetable, not a vegetable.
Well, I knew it wasn't a
Whoa.
vegetable, but it's vegetarian, so I wasn't sure if like that's what you were getting. At.
Gotcha. No, like a cucumber, pepper, onion, black olive. What other vegetables exist?
Tomato? Lettuce?
No, not tomato. Lettuce. Yeah, absolutely. Greens.
Banana peppers,
Banana peppers.
Pickles.
Gorgeous.
Oh,
yeah.
Pickles.
Pickles.
Gorgeous. Yeah,
more pickles.
and that's great. My thought with that: no
Do
protein.
you go cucumbers and pickles on the same sandwich?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Pickles are great.
Did you guys know that cucumbers are a melon?
Cucumber melon?
And did you know that pickles are a cucumber?
I did know that.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I hate both of them.
all connected.
Cucumbers are my least favorite food on earth.
They're a little
I also
gross.
pickles are mildly better,
Interesting.
but still
But in a
disgusting.
sandwich, I think they're manageable.
Oh,
Absolutely
see,
not.
I prefer cucumbers not on a
pickles?
sandwich,
Oh.
but like as like something that you would like a vegetable to like dip in something.
Or
Because
like a
you love
little
dip.
snack?
You just want a vessel to shovel.
Yeah, and I
sauce into
yeah,
your
but I would
mouth.
prefer like to keep a cucumber out of my sandwich.
Okay. Okay.
Jared, listen to me when I tell you this. Keep your fucking cucumber out of my
And I
sandwich.
will because that's not what I'm choosing.
Oh, you're really
Because it's the
your
thought
your
process.
length of answer on what you're not choosing has been like 5-1 versus
And you know
what
why?
you are
And
choosing.
you know why? Because I'm so certain about what I am choosing that it would be
That
4
it's just a
seconds.
one-sentence statement.
Yeah, the next thing I thought after sandwich was like soup, but then I was like, okay, if I chose like a clam chowder or something, again, heavy,
Mercury, maybe.
milky,
a lot of mercury in that.
really salty and chewy and like thick, right? Like that's not something you want to eat.
Yeah.
A thick soup is not
Girthies.
girthy soup. What?
We said that in the last podcast episode about something.
soup.
Oh, you said the word girthy.
Yeah.
About something.
Some name or something.
I think about my name.
No, I can't remember what it was about, but I remember.
Roll the clip.
Well, I would prefer if you did it with like a deep, thick French accent.
I was like, where's this going?
A deep
Dude,
French accent.
Simble.
That's offensive. I would really appreciate if you did it. Do that.
Let's pull it back. Pull it back. A little less deep, a little less.
Even a little less curvy.
On that note, Aileen O'Brien is here. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Yeah, so your two things thus far on this podcast are death and
Death and girth. Glad I'm making a name for myself.
yeah. You have a personal brand.
Yeah, death and girth. Okay, so soup out of the question.
Okay.
And then
Are there any lighter soups that you would consider?
Probably not.
Okay.
Like a chicken noodle?
Well, he doesn't
I
eat chicken.
don't like chicken.
Oh, right.
You don't like chicken
Sorry.
at all.
Unless
It's weirdly the one.
Unless it's what?
Vegetable
what?
soup?
Sorry,
It's what?
bad joke.
Unless it's what?
Beheaded.
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 God.
So I was trying to take it back, and then you almost
We were like trying to
was a great
roll through the
joke.
words. I was just like, beheaded.
like, don't ask me again.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. I'm so sorry. I should have picked up on that cue. Let's move on. I will tell you what I am getting every day for lunch. I'm paying for this.
Great.
Home state.
home state.
Home state.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, the tacos.
Yes. I am getting potato burrito or tacos, whatever it is, from Home State. Sour cream, salsa that comes with it. This is all in it.
I've never been to Home State.
A potato
Gotta go.
taco from Home State is, I think, the God's greatest gift to this earth. I would say.
It's great. It's good.
It is life
It's
changing.
been so many years since I went, and I don't know if I had the potato one.
Let's go right now.
Oh,
I
Dump this podcast and go.
I hate to do this to you,
no.
but and you're still entitled to choose whatever
What?
you want. There are 8 locations of Home State on Earth.
I have to pick one?
No,
Oh.
but the 8's the opposite. If you're anywhere else on Earth, you can't have lunch.
Great. Oh. I welcome it.
All right.
I will be so skinny.
No, you're just gonna like travel around with dry ice.
yeah. I'll pack it with
While
me.
you're
Yeah.
in town, you gorge yourself on tacos every
yeah,
chance
yeah.
possible, and then when you travel,
and-
you stay lean.
Yeah, exactly. It's bulking season and trimming
Girth.
season. Girth
It's
season.
girthing season.
Girthing season and whatever the opposite of girth is. Lean.
I don't know.
Lean.
Yeah.
I can't stop saying the word lean.
Lean cuisine.
Lean cuisine.
Season.
It's lean cuisine season. Another
Well,
sponsor.
wait. I just got the phrase in my head, and I can't get it out, so I have to say it.
Please.
Girthing hips.
What?
That is.
Can we get a sound effect on that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
girthing hips. Isn't there one that? Yeah, there
that's-
we go.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Wait, but the caveat to this question is between the hours of 11 and 3, hypothetically, if that's my lunch hours.
Yeah.
I can bulk up. I could girth up at 10:59 and last a few hours.
Yeah.
Technically,
You don't have to eat lunch. That's fine.
right? But I could eat a big brunch.
Sure.
Yeah, then Home State potato taco.
Yeah, you get what you want.
Sold. Done.
All right.
That's what I'm going for.
Aileen.
That sandwich sounds pretty awesome.
Thank you so much.
It is really. I was thinking that. I was also thinking like.
Here's the thing: on the day that I decide to skip lunch, I can give it. Oh no, she's not allowed to have it. Never mind.
I'll take it.
No, you can't
I'll
unless
go
you
with
unless
no
you pick
gift.
it
Trying
for
to hack the
yours.
system.
Oh.
Never mind.
Oh, okay.
Don't. He has a million
Yeah,
blocks.
it's not allowed.
I got eyes everywhere.
So okay, I'm between two because that sandwich, like that all sounds like perfect. I also was thinking about kava, like their bowls
Oh.
are really good with like their rice, their arugula, the vegetables, tzatziki, a falafel, and then they give you this
sounds
warm
great.
pita on the side, and that like is filling. I know the drink for sure is a Coke Zero. Love Coke Zero.
Great.
So I think I would say that. But yeah, it really is between like a kava bowl, but also don't know how many kavas there are in the world. So, but I could also maybe like
Just recreate it.
yeah, whip that up myself, I feel like.
No, but if you choose it from a restaurant, you can only get it from the restaurant.
Right.
But again,
That's the thing.
10:59.
So don't do it from the restaurant. Just say like a bowl with these ingredients.
Yeah.
But if you say it's home, you have to choose. If it's homemade, then you can't get it from a restaurant. You have to go one
Okay.
way or another.
Oof, okay. Yeah, I don't know. Then maybe I would go for the sandwich because that's just like
turkey sandwich.
the turkey sandwich Taryn listed with the avocado,
Have made
tomato,
the perfect sandwich.
Trendsetter.
lettuce. Did you
I
say
know.
lettuce or no?
Oh yes, lettuce. For
yeah,
sure.
turkey, avocado, lettuce, tomato. Yeah, sourdough's really good. I would toast it, and I would have a Coke Zero. Maybe I would do barbecue chips.
Kettle cooked.
Yeah. I love a barbecue chip or like a sour cream and onion Pringle. So, but I gotta choose. So I'll say like a Miss Vicky's barbecue potato chips. They're so good. I had them today. Oh, I had the sea salt today, but still good. So I think I might say that. Yes.
I really went back and forth because I think some kind of sandwich I think is alluring. Turkey sandwich, I might go like a club sandwich and be like turkey and ham is usually my sandwich of choice. You seem confused by this.
Turkey and ham.
Yeah.
Is that what comes on a club?
Yeah, sometimes. I think a traditional club, that's what it is. Sometimes just people will be like, oh, this is a turkey club and it'll only have turkey, or
And
like a
bacon.
chicken, or like a
I feel
chicken
club
club.
usually means it has bacon.
Yeah, usually a club sandwich has bacon. The best club sandwich is where it's like on bread, and then they have like the middle, like a Big Mac. There's like the middle layer of bread.
They got the
They got like a
toothpick involved.
toothpick in the middle. That's if you're going really crazy with it. So I would consider a sandwich. I would consider a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. That's just a classic.
Sure.
But I think lifestyle wise, I said this early. I mentioned this earlier without even thinking it was going to be my answer, but I sort of talked myself into it in my brain as we started going through things, because I like to go out for lunch. I like to like in like a work scenario, it's nice to like get out of the office. And so if you bring, I mean, you can go sit outside or what, you know, you can eat it wherever you want, but like always bringing my lunch from home, a homemade thing, is, I think, would be a tough choice for me. So then it's like, okay, if I'm going to pick a restaurant or something, I was running into the issue of, well, if they're not available, even just on a week, on a weekday, like sometimes I'm at home, sometimes I work from home, sometimes I'm in the office. Like, so I think I'm going to go with Panda Express.
Ooh.
Wow.
It's not like my favorite thing in the world, but
So practical.
it's like pretty rounded. You can get rice, protein, vegetables in one meal. It's reasonably affordable in terms of, you know, restaurant prices. And it's like basic enough that I think I could eat it pretty regularly.
What's your meal though?
My meal would probably be a plate with rice and chow mein, because you get to choose the base.
That's great.
And then my entrees would be, if I get to freeze a moment in time, because I think this is a temporary item, but if I get to pick it, then they'll just be forced to carry it for the rest of time. Is my
Or
logic.
you could just go hungry.
I could lose it. Oh,
Yeah.
maybe you're right. Maybe.
Well, if I can't have my home state,
What if they go out of business? That's actually a great question. What happens if they go out of business? I think we're going to assume that if you choose the place, they're going to stay
Okay,
where they are now.
but I
because-
meant that doesn't mean they're going to stock it always. So
No,
you could
I
lose
think
the
that's
item.
yeah. You could lose the item. That's now you're changing my mind. I was gonna go with the firecracker shrimp.
That sounds great.
It's you like the shrimp. It's a good sauce. It comes with like
Mercury.
peppers, and
But what
and
about mercury?
there's not actually that many.
The
There's like you
mercury?
get like 4 shrimp or something.
get
It's
4
not
shrimp.
that
Okay, not
high of a volume, especially if you're only choosing it because you get 2 choices of entree, so you're only getting it on one side. That you're
So
you're
2
fine.
shrimp
2
at
shrimp.
most.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I would probably go. I'll go firecracker shrimp, and I'll go orange chicken.
Classic.
Orange
Staple.
chicken,
So good.
because it's not. It's probably the least healthy of every, or close to it, of everything at Panda Express. But it would be too hard. It's the best thing, so it'd be too hard for me to go in there every day and have to
Smell it
have
and
to
just
ignore
not-
it. Yeah,
yeah.
exactly, and get like some basic ass.
I feel like Panda Express too. You could get like delivered to you pretty easily.
Well, there's 2. So there's literally where I currently live and where I currently work. There's one very walkable, like a couple of blocks, and there's a second one at both of those locations that is technically walkable too, or like a very short drive. So they're
Nice.
especially in
nearby.
LA, they're very available. And yeah, I don't think in the rest of the country and internationally it's like the biggest fast food chain, but they're around. I could find
Yeah.
them in at least some places versus a local place. You know, that's a tough choice. So I really didn't think I was gonna end up there, but as we talked about the logic, I was just like, I think this kind of checks all the boxes that I would want.
I feel like you're gonna have to carve out like a nap every day.
Yeah, that's true.
Like
That's heavy. It could be heavy.
It can be heavy. I never eat the full like plate that it comes with. At least, you know, the entrees regularly I'll probably eat most of it, but like the rice, and they give you like a pile of rice and chow mein.
Sounds so
that's
good.
So yeah, definitely. I think it's
honestly,
just
orange chicken
about
sounds so good right now.
yeah. I think it's just about volume, moderation on a daily
course.
basis.
Yeah, I'm sure once
And
you're
then-
eating it every day. you're
Yeah,
not
you won't be
gonna
as motivated to be like, I gotta stuff myself with it.
And what's that after you eat? If you walk
walk. Yeah,
within 10 minutes or for 10 minutes, your energy levels, you don't crash as
it's like
hard.
helps regulate your blood sugar.
So as long as
Yeah.
you just get in a little 10-minute jaunt,
Yeah.
after
Like I said, they're walkable.
Look, the
so
doctor's here.
I usually.
Our scientist is here.
Yeah. All right. So that's lunch. I got one more.
I actually
Okay.
forget what the last one was.
If you can only, this is the toughest one, I think.
Oh,
If you can only listen to one musical artist for the rest of your life, who are you choosing? You seem ready to go. Fire
I
away.
am.
Yep.
I have her tattooed on my arm.
Who?
Miss Amy Winehouse.
Amy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Approved,
Yeah,
approved.
she is. She does have obviously a limited
That's
catalog.
what I was going to say. Small catalog.
However, I have never gotten tired of listening to her music once. Every time one of her songs come on, I listen to it.
Yeah.
I am like locked and loaded, ready to go. She's like my all-time favorite.
Okay.
My favorite song, Cupid. It's a cover, so she has original songs, but she also did a lot of covers, and especially because I like a lot of like older music, like soul or like R&B,
Sure.
from like the 50s and 60s and 70s, and she covers a lot of that. So I would get
Get some extra bang for your buck.
exactly, I
there.
would get her originals from when she made her own albums, and then I would get all of her covers.
Are they recorded?
Yeah,
Okay.
all of them. Yeah,
Great.
Amy Winehouse.
Great choice.
Thank you. That's the only answer you're ever gonna get out of me. That is
Wow.
firm and under 3 minutes.
wow.
Would you like to go for 8 minutes on who your second choice?
And here's who I didn't choose.
And after all that, I'm not choosing Amy Winehouse.
Yeah.
I'm going with Fish,
It's great.
the band. They have so much mercury.
So much mercury.
mercury.
And they live
And
on a farm.
I was just saying, their recording studio,
It's a farm.
it's a farm.
It's a
Yeah,
fish
they live
farm.
in a
Big
barn.
red barn.
Yeah.
That's their local venue that they own. It's called the Fish Farm. Aileen, do you have someone in mind? Or Taryn, if you're ready.
I mean, mine is,
Taylor Swift.
yeah.
Ooh.
Okay.
I know, yeah, I was like, I'm going to get some hate over here.
Oh.
She, like, her catalog is so big.
It's pretty big. I mean, I think it's like, I would call
That's
it,
just like one reason.
I would call
though.
it medium sized. How many albums does
Well,
she
she's
have?
not stopping anytime soon.
Well,
though.
that's true. You'll get the rest. Yeah.
Yeah.
She probably will have a big catalog.
Yeah, I
when
just
it's
feel
all
like-
said and done.
I, like, grew up with her in a way like that. Like, it's nostalgic, a lot of her songs. Now there's the new ones. You've got her when you're happy, when you're sad, when you're heartbroken, when you want to party, when you're angry. Like, it's great.
Yeah, she does have variety. That's
Yeah.
an important factor for me
Yes.
as someone who has options.
Yeah.
Okay, Aileen.
Well, my favorite pop singer of all time is Lady Gaga. Like, she's my number one.
Yeah.
So I think I would say her.
I didn't know that.
I love her. I think she's just like amazing, like artistry. She's just so interesting to me. So, and like you said, like I listened to her when I remember, so lame, this sounds so lame, but I remember the first time I heard Just Dance, I was at my 8th grade school dance and I was like, oh, what song is this? This is so good. And then I
love that you have a moment.
Well, that's
I
the
remember.
best part about music. Like, it can literally
Yeah.
just take you back.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I can think of certain moments in my life and, like, what I was listening to at that time.
yeah,
Sure.
I heard it and I was like, I really like this song. And then it blew up all over the radio. And I was like, oh, this is cool. And then when she did songs for
Was
the
that
Fame
her-
Monster.
Was that her first?
That
like,
was her
big
first
hit?
song.
Just
Yeah.
Dance? Okay.
And then when she did the Fame Monster, so Bad Romance and,
Yeah,
you know, all
that's when
those.
she really went to another.
She
level.
was like really like different and like her music videos were so cool. I don't know, I keep looking at the camera sometimes.
You talk
Sorry.
to the people.
I'm
Tell
talking
about
to the
Lady
people.
Gaga. You
Lecture.
Hey, are you
Lecture
fucking
them.
listening?
I
Well,
listen.
actually, if you're listening on like Apple or
feel bad
Spotify, you
that-
can't see her.
I feel bad that I wasn't as, like, passionate about Taylor Swift because I am. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong.
No, you just
People
had a
need to
very.
know.
But I feel like you had a
You
very.
need to know. I
you-
could.
you
Here's
had
the
a
thing: is like I
rational,
could go
measured
on.
response
I could
to
go
it.
on and on, and I just.
Yeah, we don't need that.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
We don't want that.
That's what I
Not,
figured.
not because we don't need you talking about it, but I think there's enough Taylor Swift content.
Yes.
If people want to listen to people gush about Taylor Swift, there's entire podcast feeds dedicated to
Yeah.
it. So we don't really need to be the one for it. But I think you had good reasoning.
There's
Damn.
plenty of
we're
Little
also
Monster
running out
fans
of
too. But yeah, and she's just like she's done different genres too. Like art pop was really different, and then like she's done the jazz albums with Tony Bennett, and
I don't know about this.
yeah, she's done two jazz albums with Tony Bennett.
What's she up to?
New album coming out
Wait, I didn't know that.
possibly later this
Today?
year.
Oh.
Chromatica
Is that what
Ball.
you said? No, I thought she.
The Chromatica.
I got confused.
Chromatica Ball is now on HBO Max, so give it a watch. The Chromatica Ball concert movie,
Oh.
so good. And she teases. Oh, this is a spoiler, but she teases at the end that she has a new album soon. And so I was like, "Oh my God, yay!"
I don't know if that.
I'm so
I don't
excited.
think- maybe I guess if you're a huge
not mean to
if
go
you're a
on.
huge Lady Gaga fan, I guess that's considered a spoiler. But I don't know that I would call that a spoiler.
I don't know. I saw it before I watched the film, and then I was like, "Oh, okay, cool."
Have you seen
But
her in concert?
I wish. I've been trying to for so long. The last tour, my friend was getting married, and she only had one show date in LA. I was like, I had to go to my
Wow,
friend's
that's
wedding. No, I'm just
shocking.
kidding. Sorry, Kevin and Lauren. I
But
enjoyed
your
going to
wedding
your
was a
wedding,
pain in the ass.
but I missed Lady Gaga, so I was a little sad. But
Yeah.
so soon, hopefully, this is maybe the next.
They should have gotten married at the concert. That'd be
so
a wild
cool.
wedding.
Yeah, but
Will you
it's
be
alright.
mad at them if they get a divorce? And then you missed the concert for the wedding?
If it's not death, it's divorce.
It's death.
I'm just asking.
Divorce,
It's
danger.
a hypothetical. It's a friendly hypothetical question.
None of this is friendly.
Okay. It's a moderately
Divorce can be friendly.
sure.
People could just decide, you know what?
Not for us anymore.
us.
Yeah, why does it have to
We
be
had
a
a-
bad divorce?
we had a good run.
I didn't say they have to have a messy divorce.
Lady Gaga's my answer.
Great.
So,
She doesn't want to talk about the divorce.
who's yours?
I'm actually really excited to hear about this because I don't know anything about your music taste.
I have pretty eclectic music. Like, I feel like from just all over the place. Like, I don't have like one go-to genre necessarily. I hadn't a wild card choice that I considered, but I don't think I would pull the trigger on it. And that's John Williams.
Oh,
John Williams is the composer who has done the score for Star Wars, Indiana Jones, Back to the Future, almost every Steven Spielberg movie, like not every, but
Harry Potter?
almost every Harry Potter, almost every iconic big movie score is John Williams. And so that just gives you a lot of options, a lot of mood, a lot of variety. I mean, I'm sure he's got like 50 soundtracks. He's like conducted more traditional orchestra music so he's got a lot of stuff to pull from, but I think having stuff that's mostly non like lyrical and stuff, I think it'd be good because like you'd have a lot to like, oh, I can put it on the background, I can run to it, I can, do like a lot of different stuff. But in terms of like most of the time, if I'm listening to music, it's like in the car and I'm like listening to it more actively. I'm not someone who listens to music every second of the day and I always want some kind of different background thing or whatever. So then if I'm choosing a more traditional artist, I would have to consider Michael Jackson. There's some baggage with Michael Jackson,
Yikes.
obviously,
I was not expecting that.
I was
but yeah, it's tough out there, but he's dead. So that's because people talk about like, at what point do you like stop? Do I like boycott an artist because they're a bad person or whatever? I feel like when someone's dead, I think it's kind of like their art lives in history now.
That is such an interesting take.
Yeah.
I mean, he definitely made a very big impact in music. Like, there's no denying that for
yeah,
sure. Like,
and I mean, talk about someone with a massive catalog and a lot
Yeah.
of variety. He's got amazing ballads. And
Does
like,
that include the Jackson 5 or is it only
Sure.
Michael Jackson?
I'm going to try to claim the Jackson 5 unless someone's going to stop me. He's in it.
That's true.
If somebody
but it's
else,
not
if you're getting Lady Gaga's Tony Bennett album, then I think I'm
oh,
getting
true.
the Jackson.
Yeah, because
5.
then you could be like, oh, any featured songs not
yeah,
allowed. So
yeah, you can get features and you can get.
You got the whole
Okay.
soundtrack to A Star Is Born.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. And then soon
not
the new
the-
Joker movie.
Are you getting? You're not getting just the Bradley Cooper songs. You're getting just the ones she's on.
Right.
So not the whole soundtrack.
Sorry, Bradley.
That's all right.
Gotcha. Okay, so Jackson 5 included.
I don't think
Worth
that's
it.
my choice because I do think there is just still too much baggage, and maybe like he has a good amount of variety, but not the most. But I think my final answer is probably going to be Queen.
Oh,
I think Queen.
You just took us on a journey there.
Yeah,
that was great.
that was my Jared moment.
Yeah, that was so amazing. I love that.
Yeah, Queen again, not the biggest catalog. I guess I would get it, but I'm not really interested in any of their post Freddie Mercury music, if we're being honest. But
Not even Adam Lambert, the tour. My sister went on it and she said it was like
She
amazing.
went on the tour.
Or she went to the
Adam
tour.
Lambert groupie.
I'm not saying I wouldn't like ever go see them in concert without, but like in terms of the music I'm going to listen to on a day-to-day basis, like I think they've recorded albums, like new music without him. And I'm saying like any of the newer albums, I'm not. Maybe if I had them and I had no other music, I'd probably give them a listen and maybe I'd learn to love them. But I'm thinking of mostly like the original
oldies.
years, obviously. I feel like I can just throw on a certain song and just listen to it a million times. Like a bunch of Queen songs are like that for me. So I don't know if I would say they're like my favorite artist ever, but just for the choice of like, what can I listen to over and over again? Because certain like music is just, it's for a certain mood or a certain, you're doing a certain thing or whatever, and it doesn't translate as well. So yeah, I'd probably end up going.
Emily, how do you feel about those choices, knowing that you would have to hear it?
Well,
She loves
surprisingly, I was thinking about this the whole time, and I was like, who would I pick? And I thought, I think I have to go with Queen.
Wow.
We listen to Queen a lot in the car
Yes,
together.
so I am a big musical fan, and I feel like Queen is like very theatrical, very fun to sing along to. So if I had to pick one artist, I think that does it for me.
Would you consider like a Broadway performer who's been in a bunch of shows?
I was going to ask if I could do that.
If they have a recording, like
okay.
an official recording of a soundtrack, and they're in it, then you get that whole thing. So if there's someone who's been in like 20 of your favorite shows or something, then you could get all of them. Or maybe someone who's blended into Broadway and gone out or whatever. Like,
I think maybe a Sutton Foster. I don't know if that means anything to anybody here.
Yeah, of course.
'Cause she's been in Shrek the Musical, a classic,
number
Once
one,
Upon a
obviously.
Mattress.
Anything goes.
And she was in Anything Goes, Thoroughly Modern Millie. She was just in The Music Man.
Wasn't she in Barbara Street? Tony.
Yep.
What's his name?
Sweeney Todd.
Sweeney Todd. Yeah.
She's done it all. That's a great, like that. Okay, I'm going with that.
where were you saying Barbara Streisand?
No, I was
Shop.
saying Barbara,
It sounded like
Barbara
Oh, the
Street,
bar-
and
oh,
then
I thought it was.
Sweeney
I thought she was saying
Sweeney
Barbara
Todd,
Streisand too. I was like,
Murder.
funny girl.
She
Yeah.
played Barbara Streisand. She played
I was
Barbara.
Hello,
mixing it up.
Dolly. Actually, I love Barbara Streisand too.
Me too.
Oh, that's someone where you get some like movie and
Yes.
Broadway musicals
Yes.
and her original music. Yeah. That'd be an
I will say
interesting
Amy Winehouse, great choice.
choice. Yeah.
Always and forever.
Oh my God.
Number one.
You said that and I was like, that didn't even occur to me. Incredible.
Thank you.
Incredible choice.
So let me ask you one more follow-up question.
Okay.
You're gonna live without NSYNC forever?
Were you a big NSYNC fan?
I do love NSYNC. NSYNC is what brings me back. Like I can like picture moments in my life where my friends and I were like dancing to NSYNC in my living room. But I think I have to leave them behind.
Well, the memories don't.
The memories don't die.
Memories don't fade.
I will still.
Are you still allowed to like sing it?
Yeah, you just can't listen.
You just can't listen to it.
you
Yeah.
just can't
Yeah,
listen to it.
in your head. That'll do. That'll do for me.
Yeah.
Case closed.
The only other thing that's just specific to you, I'm just trying to see if Sutton Foster. It looks like she has a show. A big thing for
Bunheads.
you is
That
what
was
if this person doesn't have any Christmas music?
Or
Because that's what I was
Taylor
going to say.
does.
Because when I thought
If you
about
want to change your answer,
NSYNC, I was like, you're also
Do
getting
you have
their
a Christmas album?
too.
Wow, that's tough.
did she do? So I first knew about her because of Bunheads.
Yeah.
Was that music? Did they have
I
music on that
don't
show? or
think
no?
so. I
Okay.
don't think they did.
Because then I was like, who's this woman on Bunheads? And then I was like, oh, she's famous.
She
know if
she
she
did
has
a
Christmas music.
live Christmas show. So if there's like a real recording of that
Okay.
that exists somewhere. Oh wait, Merry Little Christmas, Sutton Foster on
Boom.
Amazon.
That's my choice.
Merry
It looks like
Little
a DVD, but you could probably still listen to that.
Yeah,
Okay,
that'll work for me.
all right. I just wanted to make sure you had thought about
I had not.
the Christmas music angle because I think
That's tough.
I think for some people they'd be like,
doesn't matter.
Who cares? But it's a
Matters to me.
It matters to you a lot to have some kind of Christmas music. All right. Well, that's it. That was dense.
Sorry.
No, it was
Fun
great.
group.
Girthy.
So
girthy group.
The group.
Okay.
Are you saying we're not girthy? I take offense to that.
I do too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did anyone? It's been a while since we talked about each other. Did anyone change their mind on any since we said them? Any last minute regrets about your lunch order?
No,
I think so.
the heart
Or your
wants what it
summer?
wants.
Yeah. And it,
So,
wants,
still
And
summer?
it's a turkey
and
sandwich.
it wants a turkey sandwich in the summer
the
while you're
summer
listening
sun.
to Taylor Swift.
Yes.
What a day! You know, you're just on
Sounds
the
like
beach
a dream.
listening
Yeah.
to 1989. Just
Oh, great choice.
munching on a turkey sandwich. It's the
Turkey
only one I
Sammy.
could name off the top of my head.
That's a great choice. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, everyone.
Pew, 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 pew.
Yeah.
I
If
wish
they do,
pumpkin
then
pie
yes.
was a year-round thing.
Yeah.
It is just
You look like someone just hurt you.
That's so gross.
really.
Yeah.
Have you had sweet potato pie recently?
Recently, I don't know.
Did
Recently, I
anyone
don't know,
have
but
sweet potato pie
I
today?
definitely.
It's pretty good.
Is that year-round?
It's kind of like pumpkin.
Yeah. Yes. Do you prefer it over?
It's just good. I was just reminded of how good it is.
What is going on?
What is ever going on here?
That's crazy.
Why did just
but this
the
is why-
word sweet potato pie send you into a
Is this
hysterical?
not? This is like why I want to put her in my pocket all times because she just laugh like
Just
just
brings
make you
joy.
feel funny.
I get laughing attacks. They just,
Yeah.
And then asthma attacks from the laughing
Yeah.
attacks. Yeah, it's a whole
And then the
So,
hiccups.
and
then
the
it
hiccups come in.
Stay safe out
Safe
there.
out there.
Stay vigilant.
Yeah,
Safe out in
scary.
the winter.
The winter, the thrill of the danger.
I love the winter. Yeah. But have you had to?